The pumpkin patch. You know, they really all look the same. Green leaves, green vines. But this pumpkin patch is unique and holds its own secret. No, these aren't small pumpkins. They're giant ones. Jeff Reid has been growing his record-breaking pumpkins since 2002, and his passion for growing them has grown bigger than all of them put together.
Basically, I was gonna grow watermelons, and a guy had sent me a watermelon seed and a pumpkin seed. The watermelon didn't do that well, and the pumpkin did, and that's what I ended up with, and been hooked ever since.
Jeff Reid's pumpkins aren't only big, they're massive. And this little fella here is now over 850 pounds and keeps on growing. From stalks as big as a tree root to the end product weighing almost a ton, growing these giant pumpkins isn't just a hobby, it's a sport.
It takes a little bit of dedication on the world class, but it's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of real nice people and you just have fun with it. It's a real sport. It's basically the Olympic of gardening.
And Jeff isn't the only one growing giant vegetables. His children have taken the same interest, growing giant cabbage, giant turnip, and even eventually a giant watermelon. These giant cabbages, is this the first one you've ever grown?
Yeah, this is the first one I've grown.
And how big do they get?
They get around 100 pounds.
And in the future, do you plan on growing any other vegetables, or are you going to stick with cabbages?
Well, right now I think I'm going to stick with cabbage, but I think in the future I will grow something different.
And this turnip, is this the first one you've ever grown?
Yes, this is the first year I've grown it, and I'm just very excited how big it's gotten.
And how big will these turnips get?
About 40 pounds is the biggest, and I think it's going to get pretty big, so.
So do you plan on, in years to come, growing different vegetables, or are you going to stick to turnips?
I think I'm going to just stick to turnips for now, but maybe when I get older I'll do maybe something different, but for now I think this is where I'm going.
And tell me a little bit about how you started growing giant watermelons.
Well, my dad, he's been growing giant pumpkins for a long time, and I kind of wanted to do the same thing, but I didn't want to do pumpkins, so I kind of wanted to do watermelons to do my own kind of thing, so yeah.
And these giant watermelons, how big can they get?
Oh, they can get really big. I mean, world record right now is close to 300 pounds, 280, 290 pounds. I mean, this is 131 pounds what the seed is, but I'm hoping to get around 100 pounds on it.
And is this your first watermelon, or have you tried it before?
This is my first successful watermelon.
From giant pumpkins to turnip to cabbage and even giant watermelons, everything that Jeff Reid and his family grows is far from small. And now the next step is to finish growing off these giant vegetables and take them in September to the Annapolis Valley Giant Vegetable Growers Weigh-Off and see how they weigh. In Waterville, Nova Scotia, for Ian Swinimer Reports, I'm Ian Swinimer.